Arabia.
Yeah.
And in the south, in the red, we have st4rk. In the north, in the blue, we have MbL in this final of the Legacy of the Huns, second game in this best of 5 series. Now let's talk about the maps.
All right. Well, I'll start with MbL's map, and his map isn't actually all that bad. And we're speaking of walls on the right-hand side. You could easily palisade that off towards his wood line. I'm not sure which wood line. He has scouted that back wood line there just a little bit with his sheep, so he might want to choose to take that wood line. But
Which
the problem
one?
with that wood line is it's really far away.
Yeah, that one. I don't think he will go for that because it's a very far distance. Yeah, he's going for the front wood.
Yeah, exactly. It's too risky. So he's going to go to the front location, which would be fine.
Not only too risky, but his wood income will be significantly lower when he has that far of a distance to go. So he's going for the front wood. He actually has front wood, front berries, front gold, front stone.
Yeah. nothing on the back.
Nothing in the back.
So he has nothing to retreat to. His other stones on the left-hand side, he's just, almost scouting that. The thing is, will st4rk scout it and see what MbL's forward resources are like? Because last time he chose to lure his deer. This time he's doing that, but you notice how early he's doing that. He's already has 3 of them lured in. Now, it's not like super efficient, but he is luring them all in right away. In fact, I do not believe
there's a fourth coming.
Sheep.
Yeah, there's a fourth coming. It's not that big of a deal. I mean, it's not the most efficient way, of course, but I think he wants to have them right on the TC there. And it's giving him a nice food boost, of course. He's delaying his mill for that as well, as you can see. He's putting up the mill a little bit later than usual. And going on wood a little bit later than usual, just to get all those villagers working on those deer.
It's a bit of a risk, what st4rk did, but if it pays off, it's really nice. Now he's going to hopefully be able to get all his sheep in. Because MbL is quite prone to laming. If he finds his sheep right away and all his resources, instead of luring his deer, he'll just go out and try and lame. And like we have the forward sheep, I guess you could say, for st4rk, and he actually didn't know these boars he sees now. He actually didn't see them when he was luring in the deer. But yeah, he should be okay now.
Yeah, as you said, that's actually kind of risky, but he lured them before like 4 minutes, so he has enough time to actually lure the boar, and these guys can adapt their eco in the early ages well enough to deal with that, I think. With a little bit later lure and a little bit of a later mill, I think these guys can deal with that, and he's already putting up more on wood than you would usually do at this point. 6 on wood.
6, yeah. It's weird.
That's weird.
Start the game already.
I have to pay attention really what he chooses to do with that. He's sending out... Oh, look at this. He's sending out a fill over to gold right now. Is he going to try and drush without the mill?
I think he will, because he had the deer, of course. So I think he will go just for a delayed mill. And he put up 6 villages to get the timing on the barracks right. Like, now it's 6 minutes, 18 villages, and he has the barracks, like usually. And that's how players at this level adapt their eco in the early ages.
And I wouldn't be surprised if these villagers here will just build the mill then as well. So
yep,
I'll just go to the berries a little bit later.
Yeah, maybe the gold villager even builds the mill to get the 10 gold in. That would be nice. Yeah, it's building it. Ha! Yeah, I love it.
So a lot of people don't actually know this as viewers. They may not play as consistently or watch as consistently. So what you just saw is this villager. He was collecting gold, and he's now building an economic building, such as like a mill or even a lumber camp would work. Anything that's not a mining camp, and it actually brought in those resources. So farms work as well, actually.
Okay, just to get your attention on MbL now, he was going 3 on wood, but he upped a very early barracks, and he's adding militia now. He skipped farms. Seems like
must be a bit of a pause. MbL was luring deer, and he's actually getting stopped for the time being by st4rk's scout.
I think he could go for man-at-arms. kind of thing, or Drush Flash. That's what it's looking to me at this point, because he's not added more villages to wood yet. So I guess he will add more villages to food and try to go up in the next couple minutes or couple seconds actually. I think a Drush Flash could be on the cards here.
I think being aggressive is the way to go for MbL. Yeah, like you said, we'll have to pay attention. See, one thing to point out is MbL still is missing 2 sheep. They're right behind his wood line.
Right behind his wood. Yeah, he hasn't found them yet.
And also last game as well, he was actually missing 2 sheep. I didn't point it out because we're in the midst of battle. st4rk had X'd it on the map when he found them, and he had to run them away from MbL, obviously, and he said 2 sheep were here or something. So,
yeah, but obviously, when you push deer, it's not that big of a deal. Of course, when you go for Drush Flush or like Man-at-Arms, having your extra sheep or extra deer is mandatory. But MbL has that deer, so he will be fine. And he's adding even more militia? Is he going on gold with the villagers?
Yet.
Yeah, he's going on gold. Okay. He's going for Man-at-Arms.
Okay.
Nice. He's going for Drush Flush, Man-at-Arms, 5 militia. Oh, I like that play from MbL. And as I said before, MbL likes to mix it up a bit. He is a very variable player. He can do whatever he wants. And st4rk is a little bit bold attacking this TC and GG Scout.
Yeah, and he doesn't have the scouting now on any of the resources we talked about. And now I think st4rk will also lose this Drush.
Yeah, definitely. And saying that MbL is now adding more villagers, so he might go for an FC.
Yeah, I think it'd be wise to do. Like, it's really good. Like, he knows he's gonna have a lot more militia here.
Yeah, now it looks like a Drush FC build. Yes, it's a Drush FC. And he knows that st4rk is going for it, so why not go for the same? You know, mirror your opponent, but just make it better. I guess that's his approach.
Well, MbL didn't have any scouting on st4rk's resources. I think if he saw that forward gold in the hill, he would have not have gone for the FC build. He probably would have gone aggressive. And
Drush Flush with stone, villages on stone and exactly a tower or something.
Said. But he had no scouting, and still st4rk has no scouting as well. If you look, he has no scouting on any of the important resources for MbL. So,
but to be completely honest with you, MbL could still do it. I mean, he could still put up a forward tower because he has the map control at this point with those militia.
I'm just looking at MbL's resources as well, and I just don't really see him getting up right away.
Yeah, no, he's not going up anytime soon. So he's going for Drush Flush.
Yeah, he might be inclined to just have to do something in the feudal age.
These players are confusing me. MbL is confusing me on a regular basis, I have to admit. Because he's on 27 villagers right now. I mean, he made 5 militia, but still. I just don't make any predictions right now and just let the players play, I guess.
Yeah. Don't get too stressed out about it. This game can change too quickly, so...
So 2 ranges up for st4rk. No blacksmith, as far as I can see, so he will get... And double pit axe, so he's going for feudal age as well.
Yeah. He's gonna have to try and defend this and push these militia away. And I assume we'll see skirms from him, or... he has enough for archers, actually.
Yeah, he will go for... He has 3 on gold. Yeah. It would be kind of a waste to go for skirmishes at this point.
Yeah, of course.
Because he doesn't have any farms up either. So I think he will invest his food in the economy and go for archers with fletching.
And there's the forward from MbL. He's sending the ranges forward.
He's also on gold.
Man-at-Arms.
He's also on gold. Yeah, Man-at-Arms with those 5 militia alive. I think he should cancel. I think he cancelled it, didn't he? Yeah, he cancelled it.
Yeah,
that was a nice move.
The archers attacked his the archers attacked his units, and he knew that he wasn't going to really be able to last that long. st4rk not having a scout now is a huge deal. He cannot see this forward is here at all. And
no, but he will in a minute. No, he's going back actually. That is interesting. But he will soon. Skirmishes now for MbL. Skirmishes and archers. So it's going for a little bit of a combo, as is st4rk. And I think st4rk can assume where MbL's resources are because he scouted all the back and there's nothing. I think he can assume that they're in the front. like most of them.
Yeah, MbL's putting a tower up there, which is an interesting position because the tower is going up or trying to go up.
Oh, can he deny? Can he? No, he can't deny, will he?
But
Will
Stark's
he?
coming in now. This could
Yeah,
be good
okay.
for Stark because he has the tower there as well.
That is a very nice engagement for Stark, I gotta say.
Oof, and the Vills could go down because the hill. How many Vills? One Vill for sure, and then Stark overinvested in attacking the Vills there for sure.
No, I'm not. No,
But,
actually not. He cleaned up all the army as well, so
Yeah, I
he
thought
could chase down
I thought
those
for a moment
villagers.
there MbL would ungarrison some units. He actually only has one unit that's created right now, so he's definitely gonna have to go back. And
Yeah, that was kind of a fail on MbL's part, I feel.
huge. He's actually whoa. I don't even know if he'll be able to create another villager right now.
Yeah, he blew a lot on the skirmishes he has queued up still, and Stark was just early up to the feudal age, and thus earlier with getting outranged units, and that's what won him this engagement there.
Yeah.
Because the militia won't do anything at this point, because what do you want to do with militia against just archers mainly? And stable now coming up for MbL. Nice decision, I like it. Though he has to put up more farms.
Look at MbL's gold right now. We have 2 archers and 4 skirmishers coming into the gold, and not enough to obviously one-shot any villagers, but certainly enough to idle them. MbL does have a scout there.
He will
But-
hopefully ungarrison
Oh,
it.
but the villager's gonna go down. There's archers in there.
Yeah,
MbL, you
it's a
need to be
little bit
careful.
late for the scout, I feel like. That was a not unnecessary loss for the villager, I feel.
Yeah.
Yeah, he needs to take the archers down. The skirmishers aren't too big of a threat right now, but he doesn't have any food to do another scout.
Yep.
And what is he doing with the
all his food
skirmishers
is on the front.
forward? Oh my god. Yeah, as you said, this food is on the front in terms of skirmishers, but the skirmishers aren't doing anything at this point. They're moving in right now,
Yeah.
but they won't do too much. Another range
Stark
coming in
has
for
the
Stark.
defense upgrade as well, so
And now it's a little bit... Oh, nice stop micro here from MbL, taking out 2 skirmishers at a time.
yeah.
I'm not too sure about this engagement from Star here. Why did it engage? He brought in his villagers a little bit too late, but why did he engage here? He was hugely outnumbered. He could just have retreated a little bit until he had the numbers.
Yeah, it doesn't really. It's not really important to engage there. The skirms aren't going to do anything. Not against your gold. You have a tower there. They're not going to pick off your villagers either. So I should have just waited. He's going up now to a stable himself. He's on 3 ranges. Both these guys are doing this, but they don't have much food to do it. Stark's in a better food position actually, but
Yeah, I'm not too sure why Stark went 3rd range and stable. Like usually you would see either the 3rd range or the stable, but he might have just put up the stable in response to the mass skirmishes from MbL. Okay, so both players now going for wheelbarrow. Kind of standard time for this Drush FC thingy. They have both a lot of farms up already. MbL farming like a maniac at his own base to get those skirmishes and scouts out as fast as possible. And now,
so MbL's
yeah.
coming
Oh
in
my
to
God.
fight here, but there are scouts now from Stark to the right of the ranges of Stark, and MbL might get pushed back.
Yeah, MbL will get pushed back for sure. He could pick up some more skirmishes, but I think it won't be worth it. Now he's engaging with his own scout. No upgrades on either of these scouts, and it's a very close battle with more reinforcements coming in for both players. And seems like MbL might be able to take this fight here.
The scouts are more important here, really. Well, they're going down. The scouts from Stark did a huge amount of damage there in that fight. There's only 2 of them, but it pushed MbL back, and he lost so many.
Yeah, I think that
skirmishers.
is a wrong patrol here from MbL going back with those units. Or he might wants to go back to deal with those archers that he has in his own base, and they're a big threat even to the scouts, to the upgraded scouts.
Oh wow, yes, villagers going down left and right, and you're right, it's probably intentional for him to come back to try and clean that up.
Yeah, and he's now will be able to clean it up, hopefully, with 1 scout and those 2 skirmishes. And I think Stark will just retreat here, and if he goes to the wood line, he could idle some more. While he's actually pushing MbL back at his own base. or keeping him at bay. Let's keep it that
The
way.
problem for MbL is he's going skirmishers and scouts, and if Stark were to just invest in archers and skirms like he is, he should be able to deal with the amount of scouts that MbL is throwing out, and he has his own scouts as well to counter the skirms. So MbL needs to really either do more scouts or add in some additional archers. The problem is he doesn't really have the food to go for the additional scouts, but he is going for 3 now out of his. It's just still a little weak for me, but he is going to focus down these archers here.
Oh yeah, that's
really good.
That is a nice engagement for MbL right there. He needs to cut down those archer numbers because they're really threatening his economy, and they can be deadly if they've ever turned into expo. So cutting down the archer numbers in feudal age is always a nice thing to do. And Stark already clicked up to the castle age. He had like 18 farms. He had more farms than MbL, and he invested more into archers rather than skirmishers and scouts. And that's why I said it's good for MbL to cut down those archer numbers, because expos with +2 just cut down everything so easily in feudal age.
So he's going to continue to cut down these numbers, it looks like, actually. Yep. Bloodlines has come in for MbL. Bloodlines is coming in for Stark and Scale Barding, so he's probably going to avoid going the crossbow route or the
because
route and go with knights.
Yeah, he doesn't have too many archers left, so he's going for triple stable knight. Wow. That's a huge commitment. He's going all in, like last game, kind of. That's a really huge commitment, 3 stables.
He's making scouts right now, actually, on the way up. I was wondering why he has no food. He's making scouts.
Oh, that's not too bad. I mean, he needs to do something. He has no army at this point. So if anything from MbL comes in, that could really wreck his economy, and that's why he's doing scouts.
It's a big risk to click up and not have resources or
and not have any military yet.
And right now, MbL's sending so much forward because he knows what's happening in the tower. That tower, he's going for it. Oh wow, this
clutch
is
time. The clutch time.
Yep.
And just at the right moment, I like it. Just at the right time. That timing was incredible. And now Stark will need a siege workshop, I assume. Or he might just
throw out
4 stables.
Like four knights now. One out of each of his stables.
I guess we won't see a siege workshop, but his gold income is disturbed.
Interesting thing is that MbL has archers on his woodline. There's only 3 of them, but that would cause some problems.
Where did he sneak them? Oh, he sneaked them across. And GG?
Yeah.
GG, well
interesting.
played.
That's a little. I mean, we don't like to see it that early, but I could just see. I mean, looking at MbL's resources, he's at 192 food, right? So he's not. He's very far away from clicking up. And these knights, they probably would have pushed the skirm and scout army back, and that tower would have gone down from MbL as well.
Yeah, it's just that I think it came down to the unit combinations from either player. Like the Stark invested less in food-heavy units and had actually the same amount of farms, or even higher amount of farms than MbL at any given point, and thus securing him a faster castle age click-up time while not losing too much at his home. So that's what won him the game, basically.
Yeah, it was still another good game. We have been talking a lot about how we think we're just going to see this Drush FC from Stark, but it hasn't happened yet. It's been like aggressive play from both players, and hasn't been standard stuff.
Yeah, a
lot of
the
board, I think.
A lot of Drush action, a lot of Drush flush action. I think Stark would have still walled, but there wasn't really an option with his gold position and his map in general. So now it's both 1-1 actually.